Don't break my glass! Animal test 6308!
Huh? Fire it up! Transfixed!
Animal hypostasis.
Let me weave you over. Here's backup! Don't get too close! Everlasting as the moon! Laid bare!
So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off.
Yoo-hoo! This may hurt a little.
Bow your head. An oversight on my part.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
Amazing!
Be sanctified. As you wish, maiden.
Let the world collide!
Let the mighty be humbled.
I am the knave, Arclechinno, fourth of the Fatui Harbinger. There's no cause for contention between us at the moment.
Phew.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Take the Temple of Wisdom. Shower me with praise. Let my name
Settle down. The tides beckon. An oversight on my part. Grinder of the mighty be humbled. Silence!
Committed to memory. By royal decree. Strike a pose.
No need to fret. I shall handle them. Anger. Overruled.
Add Ast. Thank you for Add Ast. Make yourselves at home. Ah, may I? Oh, time to shine.
Midnight Phantasm.
Committed to memory. This may hurt a little. How dare you!
No rest for the wicked.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Transfixed. This is where overruled. Laid bare.
One shall descend once again. The show begins!
Everlasting as the moon. Transfixed.
Grow! Committed to memory!
I hear children singing.
Mein Fräulein.
Let my name echo in song! Strike a pose!
Laid bare.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows that voice!
Over here. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you two out of the blue.
You can say that again. What brings you? Wait, Paimon's got it. You must be.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the.
Oh, are Lynette and.
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson?
Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill.
You scared Paimon half to death.
Father, you're here.
You know, on second thought, maybe we.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your. Of course. I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect. I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future. As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree? The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of...
What sort of rumor?
A rumor that a certain phantom child is hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the... So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation. I expect I should be able to track down the spirit. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few... Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain our guests. I have...
Of course, Father. It has long been a dream of mine. You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking. If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with us?
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests.
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Thank you for permitting. No.
Time to shine! Odds revealed by...
The tides beckon. Justice is blindsided. Bow your head.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come alive! Grow, grow, grow! By royal...
Settle down. Silence. Let the mighty be humble. Bow your head.
This will be a productive...
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit.
Awesome! Thanks!
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, with this many people staying in Poisson, we have—
Okay, well, there are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. But now that we finally have the chance to see a day in the life—
Well, you're more than welcome to come along.
Transfixed!
Linny! You're finally here. The supplies.
Brought them with me? Yep. Hello?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
No way! Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
One at a time, please. Don't crowd around.
Oh, it's all right! Of course! Father and Linny have told us—
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her,
I heard the Traveler is so strong that she can move a mountain. I heard Paimon eats so much that— Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, no, wait! When guests visit, you're supposed— Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, come on! We insist! Huh? Or maybe Shaplo can teach—
now that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects. So I'm not quite as—
Wait, when you said— But those are the best— Ooh, how about this? Tell me the name of someone you
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for— You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion—
Really? Awesome! It's been so long since we've had guests. Yeah, especially if it's poison or something.
Well, we'll talk to you all later.
All right, see you later.
Bye! Lenny, about all that poison and stuff tactics—
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets. Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes— Chaplot is around my age. Well, I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise—
Time to shine!
Midnight Phantasm. The tides beckon. Silence!
Strike a pose! This realm is no home for a princess. This show.
Be sanctified.
How dare you!
Let the mighty be humble. Silence! Bow your head.
Shower me with praise! Stop that!
Filial, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these?
Allow me to introduce you.
Oh, you're the famous duo. It's nice to meet you. I heard you've traveled.
Of course! We're making a...
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you?
Oh, this is the first...
It seems like it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, and there's the blood. After this mission is over?
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much... easy?
I heard that.
Oh!
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure they just...
That's enough, Filial.
Don't talk about family members behind their back.
Guess this is goodbye then.
Well, that's it for the supply.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here. You're right. We're only here as... Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead.
So, what do you think of the members? Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong. Well, I should probably get...
Of course!
Then let's head out and... Fremine, what are you doing here?
Well...
Fremine, nice to see you!
Oh, you too.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen.
Seafood!
Were you looking for some?
It's nothing.
Yeah, we've got some left over.
Some food and water.
No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water... Wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with them.
I thought I'd grab an extra portion.
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. Tell me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened, does it have something to do with Father?
Just...
You're back! Oh, and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello, my name's Linny.
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Heart. You can call me Clairvy.
Clairvy?
It's nice. Does that name ring any bells?
No, not at all. That's not a name we have on our roster. She must be the phantom child Father's been searching for.
No, I haven't told anyone.
For how long?
About...
So ever since we got to Poisson, then. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know what I'm...
Really? 'Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal.
I've thought it through. And Linny, don't you remember last year? Chapleau nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened that feeling of being haunted, of hearing...
So what you're saying is... that was her...
Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth. If Clairvy were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. But she's been living with us, helping us from... I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not...
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone...
I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want...
Come with me. There are a couple things I...
Those two sure care a lot about... Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell, I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No...
I'm sorry, Linny. I really didn't...
Oh, really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I, for one, wish you did.
Huh?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other.
Linny,
The darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by... You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So I won't let you face anything alone.
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Linny and Fremine. Oh, it's raining. I should put my clothes away. Harry? Huh. Looks like...
everything.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
What are you getting at?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to... I just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know...
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing, that means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on her merry way and pretend like...
I've tried that already.
And?
And... nothing. She even came with us all the way to Poisson.
I don't know much...
Let's see here. Paimon remembers... Oh, it's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about...
What is it?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved.
Of course.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Whoa!
Lynette!
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Wait, what did we do?
I've seen Clairvy around the House of the Hearth before. I hadn't seen her in Poisson, so I figured I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear... If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father. Simple as that.
You're not giving us much wiggle room here. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clairvy, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose.
I'm full. Thank you for bringing me this food, you guys. She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
That's right. Based on what I've been able to... Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always...
Does she know that she has already...
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer.
Clairvy, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few
Sure. Oh, another new... Hello.
Clairvy, how did you join...
Huh? The knave brings you here, and then you can't...
It's just that... your name... it's not on the roster.
The roster? Oh, I get the people in charge. They're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. In this house, some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't... Wait, does that mean that...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
Me neither.
Clairvy. Perry. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Maybe we should...
A wish?
It can be anything you want. Just imagine. It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and you're...
To go out where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs...
Okay, time to divide and conquer. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside, and Lynette, try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was taught. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need you to collect...
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us? What should we do?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family. Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe...
Ah, Paimon gets it.
I'll give you a magic bird. If Father suspects something, all you need to do is release it when she's not looking, and it'll alert. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, if the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get you too. Okay, this is where we part. Father should... I really hope this goes well. No.
Go on!
Time to shine!
Silence! The tides beckon. An oversight on my part.
Overruled!
The lion echoing song!
Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head.
Strike a pose! Odds reveal the...
Settle down. The tides beckon. Bow your head.
Laid bare!
It's the knave! And... child! Hey! Aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating? What are
Oh, it's you two. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking?
It has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can...
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on...
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain, and that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort...
Project Stuja?
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrator's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better.
And what a sweet little daydream that is. But I also have a role to play in all this, besides. Considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries. What a...
When I...
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
Well, we just... Right! We're super close to
Is that so? Introductions have already...
Oh, well, you see? There's only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least...
Good question.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success.
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like real... Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least... Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me.
Wait.
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to...
Well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family. Based on your reaction...
Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase. But although it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice... Call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was...
Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine? But then, why did you try to...
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontainian of having any The Primordial Sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I...
Good. Like I said, I like it when...
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, There was I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool if you...
Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so... friendly. The losing party would...
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least...
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine. Tusser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
Okay. I get the picture. Well, would you look at the time? Traveler, Paimon? I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other...
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less...
All right. Well, thanks for everything, Arlie.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say...
I like the sound of that. Well,
we should probably get going too.
Oh? You want me to leave so soon?
Oh,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll... Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive this slight.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. Oh, I wonder if Lily would get any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished. I turned around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching.
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or... Well, we could always try... Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down.
Good. I've got the list.
Really? What are we... Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get...
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, Mandois. Oh, yikes. That our rare guy has a huge scar on his...
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission.
Did he say anything?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He He said no, and that's where our conversation. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father...
Wait, so that means...
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of that. Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we... Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too to shift our attention then. Fremine, were you able to find anything? Fremine.
Sorry, I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I could...
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past. Times when people haven't gotten along.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. I can see how they might not get along.
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also, as members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering people like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision, they're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filial and
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like...
Well, that's true. But it just feels like I can't say for sure.
But I think you think she's been inciting them to act.
No, not exactly. But she's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children. People being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive.
And they just believed all that?
Clairvy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is...
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Whoa. What's this Project Stuja all about, huh?
Sorry, but I'm not sure if... I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Raider have been working on together. Apparently, it has to do... Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing...
Wait, but isn't that a...
Key role is just another way of saying a dangerous role. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't... It's just that... We'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan. It's an honor in name only.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you...
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clairvy situation would make everything go back, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filial and the others to their own devices...
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. Well, it's getting late. We should... Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, she's even scary when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry... You have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler? Trustees ever, Traveler. Look over there! Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees... is she going? Or if someone sees her, we're toast. Look! She stopped! Clairvy! Shh! I opened the window while no one was. Look how pretty the outside is. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this. Please. Help us get on the same page here, Clary. We need you to Sure. Although, after everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value. And you're handed over to the doctor, experimented on, and given a fate worse than death. You're saying the knave did all that? It's just... that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems... I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother. Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry? There... Also, Paimon's getting a strange... It almost feels like she's not really... here with us. Paimon can't tell it. Well, in any case, she looks so young. It's getting windy. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be Perry and I promised each other that once we're... But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. And what should I do? Paimon really doesn't understand. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead.
Oh? What is it?
What makes you ask that?
Well, we kinda ran into Claire. We met the doctor back in Sumeru.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one. It had to do...
Secret experiment? Could that be...
I don't think so.
I don't know any the details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the... I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to. But I am asking you to trust...
Alright, that's good. Clairvy seems to think the knave and the doctor work together to do something horrible. It's just that it doesn't seem like the easiest thing to do would be just ask the knave directly, but Paimon doesn't...
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what... Alright,
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit... Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to... So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I... Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
Us? Distract you?
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. Don't worry. I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia. Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you just...
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us. Oh, good idea. Hopefully, well, we should probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. Let the world collide! By royal decree...
Settle down. Be sanctified. Silence!
Transfixed! This is where you fall.
Time to shine! Wings of darkness!
The tides beckon. Settle down.
Am I...
Be sanctified.
Everlasting as the moon! Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well... I'm glad to see you get along with my children.
You're not planning on doing anything...
I assume you're referring to Lenny, Lynette, and Fred. Although, there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet...
Does that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organized...
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives. As for Filion and Toy and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose, if Linny and the others manage to dispose of Clairvy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove. If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe. Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pain.
Wait, where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for them, I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time. Well, time to go. It's been a while, Monsieur I must say. I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate I see you brought the Traveler and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to—
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this—
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I feel—
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalet. So allow me to use water as an— A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with taint—
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and—
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nervalet, I will gradually and, unless absolutely necessary, I will note—
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Tartuffe? Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean? My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nervalet, I'm sure—
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept.
My thanks for your generosity, monsieur. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to—
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon.
I believe I've told you before that my emotions ease. Yet in the few meetings I've had with that Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotion. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning.
What exactly were you talking about? Paimon only heard you mention some
You really want to know? I would imagine—
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything— Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Trav?
Oh, shoot. Are you— Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where— Well, let me make it up to you at least.
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew.
What's going on here?
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident.
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora, it's just—
I'll take 3 papers.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. If only I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take a—
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we— Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson.
It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Lyney some extra time. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite
Wait, why are you being so—
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Then what can you possibly—
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so— Wonderful. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation. And lend—
Okay, sounds normal enough.
That is for you to decide. Then we have a deal. Follow me.
place?
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be. No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once. It was before I became a harbinger. And before Lyney and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clairvy and then her mother.
You were the one that killed Clairvy?
Patience now. Allow me to explain Clairvy's side of the story first. Clairvy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale. A thriving family made up of Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clairvy's mother by blood, but she was also the mother. Clairvy was happy here, for a time. But she quickly...
Purgatory?
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat. But as for how to raise them, Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight. Force them. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged, they would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions.
So those were the experiments Clairvy was talking. You said that Clairvy was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clairvy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing...
Despite being Clairvy's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clairvy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to Clairvy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option, of course, there was one exception. Someone Clairvy's age, who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name...
Wait, the friend?
Friend, huh? Clairvy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Peruere, on her cold-blooded nature, allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clairvy despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clairvy told Peruere that she hoped to create a real... There may have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clairvy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose, even with her body racked with pain. She would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruere would look out at the moon together.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape, it was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, Clairvy rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clairvy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only precisely. Death. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised, she was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess.
Crucibina, you mean?
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right or wrong, Peruere won the battle. And became a harbinger herself.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. Your Peru...
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, after I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity, and that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Claire...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse, of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are... Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will...
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we...
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone trapped in time.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known...
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable, but other times she would hide. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck...
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't... So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Phil. I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever could you mean?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger makes you impulsive. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we arrive, I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I give your friends quite a bit.
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would act... Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you... But I still failed. I couldn't find a...
Huh? Are you...
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Harry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now...
By traitors?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean...
Fultz, why don't you share what...
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoi, Sato, Toddy. Nantoi clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things.
I did not! You're lying!
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy...
You little... You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo? Have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings?
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case.
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know a single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson...
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. now that I think about it.
Filial, I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, if this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness. Even if it cost me—
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake. I'm sorry, Chapleau. Faults.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth.
All those who betray the house.
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and we all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others, so please, Father—
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
Linny, you— I also agree with Linny.
An order once given, however, given the extent—
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to it?
Precisely. The rules of the— However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength.
Wait.
Impossible. Bob? Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? If they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed. Don't you want to say a proper—
Anger makes you impulsive.
Oh, looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about
When guests are around, families are often on their best—
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help.
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less.
Settle down. Midnight Bang.
And voila! Is it my turn now? Now that's
Silence.
more like it. Closer now.
Let my name echo in song!
Let the mighty be humbled.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise.
Longer than I expected.
Have a taste of purgatory. Is it my turn now?
By royal decree!
Try to pace yourself.
Is it my
Be
turn now?
sanctified.
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Strike
Not
Watch out for Father's movements!
proven to be a worthy opponent after all. Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Bow your head. I see the temperate waters of eons past.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Over here!
sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. We struggle in vain.
Bow your head.
Watch out for Father's movements!
Your punishment made manifest.
Settle down.
Sundown is only the beginning.
Now's our chance!
Over here!
You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack? Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon. I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all.
Brother... Lenny...
Given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed.
No!
I never thought things would...
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of... Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping.
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept...
Wonderful. Then...
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special... Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come if you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend...
Even so, I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver.
Of course.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life...
Yes, Father!
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father!
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lenny.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? Wait, did I somehow travel to the
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little! Look, she said speech... Huh? That's it? Yep. If that's what Perry says happened. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what... Can you tell me about it? I want to know what...
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make... Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and for the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess...
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn, but somehow, I still think I understand. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice.
Is that so? But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic. It's something I discussed with the Iudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was... You know, Perry? I think you're a pretty amazing king. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places.
Really? Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears out for 3... I was always too afraid to... But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in... I'm just kidding. Being able to... You know, I like playing the lute while singing into... The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of... Oh no! Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around. How'd you do that? Come on, tell me! Okay, so it was like...
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish.
I also have certain sentiments left on... I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya, but a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed, whatever regrets may linger.
Father?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny! What is he doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been...
And you?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back...
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps, I must admit. I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this
I just... never understood what you...
You're brave, talented. You would do anything to protect them.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all
You're a hero, Linny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. I'm not deserving of that title.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions.
I understand, Father.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. The road ahead is not an easy one. So
You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Protecting my family at all—
Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly business— Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and as for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, no matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our—
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering?
It's over.
Lynette? Fremine? How are you
Much better.
Whew,
What about you? Are you feeling—
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand— Oh, and Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, they're having—
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clairvy.
Wait, what? You've met the—
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the house. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing— When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end. And a couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files.
Father took in Linny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned it.
The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she—
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupt— And that's what Father told us.
But I still thanked if Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that, but even if we didn't owe her, and we may have arguments or times when we feel wronged, some people may even choose to leave.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis.
Oh, we didn't do anything anything, really.
Of course.
Are filial...
I actually saw them at a cafe. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they seemed happy.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. My apologies. This heavy rain must be quite...
There are still so many places for us to explore.
Afraid? Or do you not even have the courage to be afraid?
Silence!
Is it my turn now?
Let the mighty be humble!
Now that's more like it.
Let the world come alive! Sharing my knowledge. Everyone
With the
hold
fall
hands.
of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Midnight Phantasmagoria! Don't look at me!
Who's next? Who's next? Is it my turn now?
The tides beckon.
Look at me. Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals. Is it my turn now?
No rest for the wicked.
Look at me. Trapped like a bunch of helpless animals. How amusing.
Shadow Raven!
Let the mighty be humble.
Closer now.
Justice is blindsided.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Yoo-hoo! By Ruin...
Kindness has been seared away. My blade is all that remains.
Settle down.
Time to shine! Strike a pose! Oz revealed by...
An oversight on my part. The tides beckon.
Yoo-hoo!
The sun and moon have set. Only ruin remains. You struggle in vain.
By royal...
Silence!
Sundown is only the beginning.
Let the world collide! Wings of darkness!
When the tide comes in, I shall return.
The sun feels almost as hot as those studio lights I'm in front of all the time. Oz, reveal the... I summon you! Time to shine!
An oversight unbound your head.
Grow, grow, grow! Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Let the mighty be humble.
By royal decree!
Silence!
Something on your mind again? Let's work through it together. 2 heads are better than 1. Everyone hold hands!
As you wish, mate.
Let the world collide!
Be sanctified. Settle down. Silence!
Shower me with breath! Oz revealed! This may hurt a little.
Bow your head.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.